All right. Maybe had a little glitch on the YouTube setup stream thing. And welcome those of you if you're tuning in late. No big deal. Anyway, all trading involves a substantial risk of loss. Past performance not necessarily indicative of future results. This presentation intended to be informational, educational, fun, and entertaining. It is not a recommendation to buy or sell any financial instrument. If you desire personal financial advice, hire and consult a financial advisor. Sledge, I see you. Francois, I see you. Good to have everybody on the stream. Sorry about the glitch on the stream. Apparently, whatever I set up yesterday got rejected, and here we are. So, anyway, moving on. There's the disclaimer. I just read it, and we have PPI numbers out this morning. Core PPI coming in hot. This is inflation ramping up, as I thought we were going to see. Yeah, fuel prices were up, and well, kind of expected this for me anyway. Good morning, Eric, Goose, Sergio, Rex, Craig, Rosalind, Wade, Nikki. Welcome everybody. And wow, I tell you what, General Rush, good to see you, sir. Ted, Alan, Chris, and yeah, things are getting spicy this morning. Look at this. There's some crazy stuff going on right now. And look at this. Look at this yesterday. Now, today, holy guacamole. Look at that. This thing's going for round 2. And this is after the split. This thing did a split back here. 4 for 1. So these prices are actually, these $60, $70 prices times 4, that's already rivaling up here near where we were. We get a little higher, up into the hundreds, we're going to be right up where we were 3 years ago. This thing is getting spicy. Yeah, AMC too, yes. And Plug Power too. AMC up 12. This one did a different kind of split though, 1 for 10. Did a reverse split, so not as awesome there. We're going to have to go way higher to get my money back on AMC. I mean, just a wee little bit higher, you know. 400. I don't know. AMC closed a lot of theaters. Like I don't even think there's a AMC theater left in town here, and definitely not the same story as GME. And look at this one right here. Plug Power. Look at that baby. Yesterday 289. Today 476. Can we get above the roadmap line? Are we gonna do some kind of crazy move? Funny enough, I had my 30-minute alert system thing that I've been working on. Got me in the other day, and it closed like a few pennies shy of closing me out yesterday. Now today, I'm up crazy. Like I have 200 and something shares because I was just playing a little, 30, 40 cent move or something like that. It came up just shy of closing me out yesterday, and then today, boom, boom. So anyway, that's just craziness right there. Just absolute craziness. And what am I talking about? It was this right here. See that buy? I bought in, looked for a little pop, and looks like I got a heck of a pop. 477 here, pre-market. I mean, what the beep? Anyway, that's just craziness. Craziness. I'm already working on a... So for those of you that want to see this in the future, I'm working on a watch list thing, and I don't have it ready to show off. It's in a demo mode right now. I used Bitcoin last night to trigger an alert, and told it the ticker was actually Starbucks, so it would pull the statistics, and so it pulls all the statistics that we usually see down here out of a little database thing and throws it all up in a watch list, so you can see the recent alerts. And I'm thinking about making that available. If that's something you would kind of want to get a piece of, let me know in the chat. I know VIP members, you're going to get alerts. You're already getting alerts to it, and the watch list thing will be an add-on that you'll be able to access too. So anyway, exciting times, building cool stuff. And I'm writing all the code myself, so it's not like I'm hiring out a group to do it or anything like that. So I'm actually coding all this myself, learning how to be a full stack developer on top of all the other things I do. and minor in computer science coming in handy, I guess. Anyway, right now I got it on the 30-minute time frame because the average trade lasts about 49 bars across 100, almost 200 stocks that are in the watch list. We've sorted it out for just ones that have a high expectancy and a positive profit factor, greater than 1. And right now I alert on those 200 stocks, basically, or 192 stocks, and 30-minute time frame, they last about 49 bars, which, you do the math, 13 bars per day, so it's like 3.79 trading days that the average trade lasts. And of course, you should, if you're buying options, you need to go 3 to 5 times longer than that. And but I have statistics per ticker too, so that's what we see when we pull this up. And when we actually have this up here, you see the actual, this one lasts 30 bars. So I have it per ticker, and the alert would, in the watch list, would have a per ticker duration there. But the actual trade alerts that for the trades I actually take are in Discord for the Termar Trading Lab people right now. At some point in the future, we may make that available. Right now, it's a perk for Termar Trading Lab members. So, building this all out, trying to build it in a resilient fashion so that I'm not limited by things like TradingView or anything like that. Anyway, it's kind of cool. Working on that stuff in the background. And lots of people interested. Cool. And so ES, look at that knee jerk right there. Ooh, on that PPI coming in spicy. So the big warning, tomorrow, we have CPI and retail sales. So if you think today was a warning, like today's the shot over the bow, this is the warning right here. This was producer prices. Usually we get PPI after CPI. This time they decided to change it up and put PPI first. What does that mean? CPI is going to come in. It's like the warning, right? I think we're going to see some spicy CPI numbers tomorrow. We definitely had fuel prices ramping up last month, and they've kind of eased back this month, but those won't show up in these numbers right here yet. And oil and fuel prices might make a round 2. So where are we going with it all? I'm not sure. Now, I have to warn you. Today I have another live stream. As warn you or advertise to you, whatever. I have a second live stream. It's 30 minutes of awesome at 5 p.m. Eastern. Set your alarm, set your alert, set your phone reminder. I need people to come because the whole show is premised on your requests for at least 30 minutes. So, how to best play spicy CPI? I think it's a knee-jerk reaction down is probably what we're seeing as the prelude here today. So, there you go. But I need you to come today at 5 p.m. So I have some tickers that I review for people. So if that's something that interests you, make sure you're subscribed, make sure you like, make sure you're a subscriber on the channel, make sure you, like the video, and then make sure you hit the bell with the notifications so you get notified when I go live. But also reminder here, and I'll throw it in Discord. So anyway, it's all Eastern time, always Eastern time, 5 p.m. Eastern. Me and the markets live in Eastern time. So, dun, 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 dun. All right, moving on. So there's ES for you. What is that showing? That's kind of corrective so far. Now, the thing here, is this indicative of a bigger drop? Or was that all the correction we need for right now? And we're going to go higher here. Good question. We did almost backtest that breakout point yesterday on the daily close. Didn't really do anything definitive. Like I said, we needed to close above here. We closed down here. That's almost twin towers right there for those 2 days. Look at that. Almost twin towers. A friend of mine says that's like a warning sign when you see that. When you get those 2 candles almost exactly the same with a nice tall rejection. You see that right there? A friend of mine searches these out. He also looks for the bottoms that are like this. Twin towers. That's I think it's called a tweezer top, maybe. Also, if you follow Japanese candlesticks, but this rejection is interesting too, right here. So we're gonna see what happens here in a few minutes when the market actually opens in about 30 seconds or so. And NASDAQ doesn't quite have that same pattern going here. It did not close above the 76 either. Now, the cash index is a little different though. We did close up in here and we could get the extension. So that we've got the patterns at odds with each other just across the same ticker. So S&P 500 SPX is not the same as, but basically the same instrument family, if you will, as ES. ES is the future. It trades overnight. We have overnight price action, whereas S&P 500 closes at the end of the day and doesn't trade again until the open, which should be now. Right there. And there's Google firing off for one of those alerts. 30-minute bounce. Comcast closing out. Google. It's funny. GOOGL actually has a better track record than GOOG. And SWPR closing out. There you go. Firing off alerts. There's another one. Closed out. Closed out. Plug. Wonder where we got to unplug. Let's go look. Let's go take a look. 482. Nice. There it is right there. Beautiful. Love it. Love it, love it. All right. What's actually moving today? A lot of stuff moving today. Look at oil. Look at that. Right back down. Getting whooped right there. But that's a 3-wave corrective right there. I thought that looked slightly bullish. So we're looking for oil to possibly dip to 77, maybe even 76, maybe even go touch this further down on the 76. High 76, 77, possibly lower. If we do that, that could be the end of the correction on oil. I thought we might get a knee-jerk reaction there. Sundial hitting the target. GC also getting a little bit of chaos on the PPI, PPI. Did a little knee jerk in there. Have to see it on the small time frame. Look at that. Rip down, rallying back up. Do we get the extension here? That's holding higher lows. Look, that's an uptrend so far. Even though it's choppy and overlapping, that's so far an uptrend. So far. Don't count it out yet. But bigger picture, the daily chart, we're just consolidating right here. We rejected the upside resistance. We're holding support into the close yesterday and so far today. If we can break out, could be a big potential upside up to about 2,500. Pretty nice there. Bitcoin, Bitcoin is consolidating. Has done hit resistance, hit support, hit resistance, hit support. It keeps doing smaller and smaller time frame 618 retraces. Keep bouncing off the 618 on the low side and the 618 on the upside, and this keeps wedging down. It's like it's kind of like the watermelon seed squeeze thing, basically, with a slight bias down on the bigger picture. Is that I have no statistics on what that's going to lead to. All right, I'm not trying to sugarcoat it. We could see a pop down here. We could see a pop and break out and go higher. This is a very unreliable type pattern. The watermelon seed squeeze is in the smaller time frames right in here, and I am nervous. Would be the best thing I could say. Oh, AMD looks like that one failed. Did the bounce and fail out right there. To go close that one manually. Ethereum, on the other hand, is definitely bearish. This pattern is a bearish pattern, and it looks like we could go tag this, if not break lower. Now we do have the spot ETF approval on the 23rd coming down the pipe. So the numbers are all fake anyway. Like they don't know PPI, they don't know CPI, they don't know any of it. They're just manufacturing all the numbers, Chris. So it doesn't matter what they say or what they revise or anything. It doesn't matter. Like they're lying. This is how, history lesson. This is how USSR came apart during the Cold War. They started lying about their production and their growth and putting it out. They lied so much to the point that they believed their own lies, and it blew everything apart. That's the real reason that, USSR came apart in the 90s or whatever it was. They lied to themselves to the point. They lied about their production numbers. They lied about their growth. They lied about their, all the GDP. They lied about it so much that that other, parts of the economy were basing the expansion and the plans and everything off the lies, and it ultimately unraveled them. And we can see the same sort of thing happen because there's lots of traders believing the numbers. There's lots of people in the economy believe in the numbers, even though, my CEO just posted something in the chat here a minute ago, and we have an ideas chat. Let me see if I can find it, which one it was. There's a couple different ones. Interesting ideas. Nope, that wasn't it. It would be the other one. Let's see. Where was it? Golly. There's too many channels. There it is. So, let me pop this up. Right here. Look at this. 54% of small business owners surveyed by Small Business Network Alignable said they were paying more for rent than they were 6 months ago. 14% said their rent is up 20% or more, and about 37% of retail businesses surveyed said they could not make their rent for May. And USSR fell apart in 91. That's it. I was still a younger dude back then. Didn't really care about it, but yeah. So this all aligns with the CRE problem too. Okay, CRE is having such a problem, but they're raising rents on businesses. I guess they're trying to be able to cover those payments, but business is not expanding. So this is, are the owners of the properties raising rates because they think everything is great? They're believing the numbers. I mean, it's a foreshadowing situation. Now we could go into the toilet. Now, Goose, I was just talking about a situation where we have a paradigm shift, but maybe the big down causes the paradigm shift. And maybe, so we go through these revolutions, right? Where things expand beyond our knowledge and capability to have vision on that. The Industrial Revolution, Bronze Age, Metal Age, all the different ages of human technology. So we're kind of this age where AI is coming along, and it could fundamentally change the way everything works. All right. Like money as we know it, and business as we know it, and technology as we know it could all make an order of magnitude leap forward where we can't even vision or fathom the world that might be in a few years. And we may go through a big down in the market, the Greater Depression, and come out of that in a paradigm shift where the whole world's different. We don't use technology the same. We don't use money the same. We don't use anything the same. And that there's several different ways this could unfold. And, the other thing I was talking to Goose about is maybe traditional industry burns down while this paradigm shift is happening, and AI technology stuff takes off and doesn't experience the pullback that other things do. And it's tough to sit here and kind of speculate on what might happen, but we're really on a cusp. if you think about all the things I do all by myself, like I do thumbnails by myself, I do content by myself, I do trade alerts by myself, I do all this stuff by myself. I don't have sidekicks. I don't have people helping me. The company does the sales stuff. Like they create sales presentations, all that, handle email and alerts and all that. But I've created all these bots and stuff that actually, if we were just in Discord, standalone in YouTube here, like most of the content's all created fairly automated. So it's kind of wild when you think about, there's other people that do what I do that have a team of people that help them. Like they don't do anything themselves. Like they don't even do the trade alerts themselves. It's just crazy. They get on and they're a shiny, happy face that does the sales, and then they walk away. And I don't know. It's just such a wild industry. And then there's the fact that all these things are happening so fast. And I just saw a billboard. Let me see if I can pop this up. Let me see if let me stop this right here. Let me rewind. Look at this right here. If you want to see something crazy, call that number right there. 415-480-0000 and talk to an AI in real time. That's scary. Like it can listen to you and talk to you and respond in real time like you're talking to somebody. And then they're advertising their sales agent to be able to do calls. So just craziness, all the stuff that's kind of happening here. So, all right, moving back to the charts. How do we make money today? Dollar looks like we might break down, head back down here. That'd be interesting if the dollar drops and the market drops at the same time. GME popped up, dropping at the open. We saw that a lot during the last pop, where we would get these overnight crazy pops, and then we would drop out. And if this lasts anything like last time, it's going to go in the next couple weeks. We could be really crazy really fast and then be back to normal in a month or so. Am I suggesting anybody should get involved? No, because this is the way to lose a lot of money fast. Be careful out there. ALC. Yeah, the disclaimer was out the way at the beginning. Rewind if you want to see it. Just pull the slider back. ALC, nice pop. Right here. Had a little glitch on the stream setup for some reason. 91, 94 on the upside would be the targets there. And that's a beautiful setup right there. Now is the entry, so it doesn't give you a lot of room to make money on that one. AMC popping above the roadmap line, but we may retrace it. Be very, very, very careful on that one. They have two splits? No. Just the one, it looks like. Maybe they did have two splits. Crazy. So AMC had splits where reverse splits, which are dumpster fire material. You can see the reverse split and still grinding lower. Whereas GME did a actual split, a regular split, 4 for 1 right there. So GME expanded the number of shares available while AMC collapsed the number of shares. That's two very different stories going on there. So on is possibly going to pop and go, but that's very choppy and overlapping. 38 would be the target if it's going to reach up in there. 38, 38.50, somewhere right there. SunPower. God, all this garbage popping. It's just amazing. This one still in a dumpster fire grind lower situation. Be very careful. SE, that may break out and go a little higher, but so far that's a scary pattern. We have resistance right up here. And looks like it's unfinished on the downside. Didn't quite hit the downside extension target. Got close, but I would be very cautious till we were able to clear these highs right in here on going long SE. XRT, look at that one. Nice pop. Retail. Now remember what I just said about retail. You get retail sales numbers tomorrow. Watch out for this one to pull back. Especially if we hit the target today. We're really close. If we ramp up, hit that target up there around 80, 81. Watch out. Watch out. Rent the runway. That looks like spicy action right there. 1 for 20 reverse split. Those aren't bullish, so be careful. That can plummet. Reddit making a pop. That's a lower high so far. Now, can this go on a crazy run? Sure, that was a lower low than the IPO. We're hanging out right here at the 618 though. Be careful. That can result in an extension lower. How much lower? Go off this high, this low, this high. That can push us right down in here. Sony. Hey, Alex, what's cracking? What's crack-a-lacking? Sony, big corrective. Possibly going to bounce here. Possibly. Want to see it get above that roadmap line area right there. If we do, we could head right on up here to 120, 124. Then watch out for another big down. PLNT, Planet Fitness, trying to break above the roadmap line. Could this be a bounce? Right there, that low to high. We'll get rid of those lines in there. That high, that low. Breaking above that 618. If we get a daily close up in here, possible to go up to 81. And bigger picture though, it's kind of a downtrend from all the way back here in November of 21. It's like 3 years ago. Just been chopping lower highs, lower highs, lower highs. Even if we pop up here, find resistance near those prior highs, with a lower high, we may continue lower on PLNT. LOGI, Logitech International, has resistance right there. Same situation. Lower highs, be careful. Fazillo, showing a reversal off of that support. Interesting. Send me another alert right there. If we get through that roadmap line, game on for going higher on Zillow. PSFE, well, that one probably hit the target already. Popped right up. Didn't give you an entry, but right through the targets. Can be working on a reversal higher, but that's very choppy and overlapping. I would be cautious. We're probably going to get a swift retrace at some point. Big swift retrace back to probably go right back to the roadmap line. Now that doesn't mean it's going to happen today or tomorrow. It can fart around here for a month or so, or 2 or 3 before it does the retrace. And it definitely has this resistance right there. ENPH still messing around down here in the consolidation zone. Hasn't broken out, hasn't broken down, and just messing around here. No clear path on ENPH. HROW, Haro. Popping above. Right up into the targets already. This is very overlappy. I'm not keen on this price action right here where we get the high, then we get the low, then we get the next high, and then we get the next low that overlaps all that stuff before. And that happens in a 3-wave move. It's not very conducive to continuation. I like trend pullback continuation. That's not the kind of stuff that I'm looking for. And moving on. Plug, look at that. Oh, guess I should have set my sell. Probably gonna get less than I could have if I wasn't doing the live stream. Anyway, plug, where are we going? Well, there's a gap fill right there. gap fill resistance. We can get on the upside of that. We can go on up, test the next gap up right up here. If we can't get on above that, then lower low is the likely move. BHP, not great. Just consolidating right down here. Looks like we want to extend down to 40. Fine. Support. MSTR. I keep warning every day that we're likely to go tag the roadmap line right here, the daily roadmap line. If you want this thing, it's $5 down in the description, or you can go watch some past videos where I show you the code and everything and how to use it. So it's available for free for DIYers. You just got to look at my catalog of history there for my favorite indicator. I've got like a video like, or something like that, where I give you the code and how to use it. But if you just want it given to you, $5, links down there, click the more button, expand it out. And MSTR probably coming back down to the roadmap line like I've talked about since it was up here. And people doubted me, and people still doubting me that we may see that retrace right down in there. 900 right now is the zone. May tap it. And that may correspond to, I mean, if Ethereum gets classified as a security and we get this big flush out in Bitcoin and Ethereum, then we could see that right there. Be cautious. SMCI still looks like it wants to roll down to the roadmap line, if not something more sinister and further down. FLUT. Flutter Entertainment just chopping around, still under the 618, and that's a gap down resistance too. So be careful. 238 would be the upside if we can get above that. App. That can be played out. Watch out for the retrace. At the minimum, we get these echoes of retraces. So we look for support around this area, around 75. And if we start breaking down below that, probably the roadmap line down here would be my expectation. On something below that. Coin, still looking for that. Oh man, it's so close. Come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Just reach down here. Just reach down here. Just so close. So close. Come on. $20. Come on. Just flush it. $20. I want to buy right down here. I will feel way better about buying. Although we came up shy here. And the last time we came up shy right there. So it might come up shy this time. I really want to see it get another, at least down in the below 190. I really want to see it dip in there. Come on. Come on. Just do it. FNGU. And that one holding up really well. May extend out to 380 right there. Home Depot. Just chopping here at the roadmap line, not proving it's going to do anything very spicy. Had some earnings, beating on the top, missing on the bottom, and just sitting here like a lump on a log, not really doing anything. Now, if we get the bounce, we get above this 618, 373, 416 on the upside, but that's not telling you it's doing anything at the moment. You got to wait for the move. PANW. Same kind of situation. We're below these. We're not doing anything yet. We're just sitting here and consolidating right in the zone. And we've been sitting here like since the last earnings. Like it's really been doing nothing. And we have next earnings coming up in 7 days, next Monday. So probably sit here and wait for that. We have the setup for a pop up to 413, but we also have this resistance, or this support, excuse me. That's the resistance. This is support down here. We may flash down before we can pop up. Not sure which one we're going to do. Like, this is not a very definitive, like, we're lower, like, this is a watermelon seed squeeze situation. This is an unreliable pattern. We've got this, lower highs. We've got this, higher lows. And we could just keep staying in here, actually, even through the earnings. Like, people just not be impressed with earnings. We sit in here for another cycle. It'd be out here in July or August before we find some direction. Certainly not what I want to see, but it's entirely possible. Baba, Babaloo. About to break out. We can get above this resistance. We can get that big continuation. Big continuation. Beautiful potential on Baba. Duolingo. Oh, it's reaching down. Come on. Reach down to the target. Right there. Not too far away. Connell, which is 2x coin ETF, has hit the roadmap line. Remember, this is leveraged and it's a derivative off a coin. So it doesn't have to hold here. We could go a little deeper while coin reaches down and touches the daily roadmap line. So this one, when we break back above 70, we could be looking for 100 and 117 on the upside. BitX getting the retrace on Bitcoin, just retracing, just it made the biggest losers list, but it's just sitting here consolidating, waiting for Bitcoin to do something. It is a downtrend, and we could go lower. ARM is still set up to go down here. Fill that gap. Fill the gap back down. Resistance right here at 133 and support down here at 75. JAMF is right back down to the roadmap line. Choppy and overlapping. Got nothing to say here. Earnings just bleh. Look at that. Standardized, they lost money, but hey, we reported we made money. So full of crap. So full of crap. All the numbers are made up. So full of crap. Globe Life. That looks like a horrible chart. And probably going to go lower. May bounce off the roadmap line before it does. Oh, there's Best Buy closing out. Beautiful. That one worked out also. Have to go see. I'm going to have to go close some trades, I guess. All right. Bias for the day. Optimistic. Cautiously optimistic that we're going higher. All right. We've set the pattern on the cash index here that we're going to reach up here. The only thing I don't know is if we get a knee-jerk retrace before we go higher. Now, why? Because at odds with the cash index is ES here, the S&P 500 futures, that has not confirmed we're going higher. We got some 30-minute closes, but we have not gotten a daily close above this 76. Today may be the day that we can pull right up here and close and go. I don't know. Very, very cautious here. Very cautious. I already did GameStop, so rewind, rewatch. That was early in the day there, early in the cycle. So in Q, all these things are going to confirm here, and then Russell still looking mighty bearish. So very cautious. This one's being taken higher with all those meme stocks pushing higher. And I'm not going to refresh. So if you got requests, come back, see me at 5 p.m. Eastern. We'll go through all the requests. So have a great day out there, everybody. If I said anything that was beneficial, you liked, give me a thumbs up. And I'll see you later on this afternoon, 5 p.m. Eastern.